us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approval of minutes.
So moved.
Second, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Public comment. I do not have any public comment. Treasurer claims approval.
Okay, we have payroll in the amount of $532,859.51.
Make a motion to approve payroll.
Second, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
Civil city claims, $997,878.82.
Make a motion to approve.
Second, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
Water claims in the amount of $208,548.80.
Make a motion to approve water claims.
Second, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
Sewage claims in the amount of $143,102.62.
Make a motion to approve sewage claims.
Second, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
I did want to note for the record, there was a temporary loan that we do annually to the police pension from CDIT, just to cover until we get our settlement. That's normal and done annually, and once we do get our settlement, we will pay it back. Thank you. We also have our credit card inventory and our vehicle inventory. That's presented to the Board of Works each year. There were a couple of changes. We added a credit card for our police department admin. Same credit limit as last year. The credit limit didn't change. We just shifted some credit limits. So I'm asking for board approval for that.
Make a motion to approve.
Second, discussion.
Are you saying that the credit limit in total
Yes.
for all cards is the same?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Thanks.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
And then vehicle inventory as well.
Motion to approve.
So moved.
Second, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
Thank you.
Department head direct reports. Jess Bruder, Communications. Tim Warner, Water.
Thank you. Good morning to the board. I just wanted to remind the public that we did start our spring hydrant flushing. Sorry, Roscoe. We started our spring hydrant flushing Sunday night. It's going from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. I just want to remind the public that if they do see some discolored water in the morning, just to let the cold water run for a while. Try not to use your hot water because that will fill that tank up with that discolored water. And if for some reason you're doing a load of laundry and you have some staining in your clothes, do not dry and contact the water department. We can bring you out some rust out. That's all I have this morning.
Jerry Jackson, wastewater.
Our McClung Road sanitary sewer extension project is out for bid. We've got a pre-construction meeting Thursday that extends sanitary sewer along McClung Road from East Shore Parkway down to Cablein, and from the railroad right-of-way by the VFW up to Severs Road. So I should have the bid date for you. We'll have the bids in a couple weeks, and then that project will start this spring.
And if you're driving on the letter and number streets, a lot of construction trucks, a lot of activity, so
Sure.
progress is fun and never easy. And thanks for the homeowners for their understanding.
For sure.
Nick Minnick, Engineering.
We did issue a right-of-way permit. Usually, it's kind of interesting because the railroad owns their own right-of-way, so do they do our permit? What's the best course of action? But I did want to inform the board. We received one from South Shore Freight, and that would be to close East Jefferson May 9th, 10th, and 11th. It'll reopen on the 11th. They'll make all the notifications, they'll let street department and EMS, fire, police, everybody know. but I wanted to also bring it up at the board.
Truesdale?
Still going. So Truesdale, there may be some intermittent closures for utility work. Right now, they're burying a lot of gas main that's being relocated, so they've had to have a couple short-term closures here and there, but it's on track. Looks like the gas should get done right around the end of the month, and they're going to continue paving, possibly paving the next section of trail even this week. So.
Clerk Treasurer? Jeff Batchelor, Code?
Yeah, we're still working on the plywood in the windows. We have made some progress and had some people put in some new windows. But that also starts with the city of LaPorte too. We've still got some work to do on that ourselves, so it's gonna be a work in progress that we're still taking and working on.
Matt Dragmeister, Police.
Nothing to report.
Andy Snyder, Chief.
Just to announce, our annual pancake breakfast will be this Saturday from 8 to 11, $10 a ticket. All the proceeds go to the Arnold J. Devereaux Scholarship Fund.
And Baby Box. What a great ceremony. Andy, you did a fantastic job. What a very neat project, and thanks to Martha Walorski as well.
Thank you. Yes, it was an amazing day, and looking forward to have that in operation now.
Mark Schreiber, Park Department.
Morning. Restrooms are now open as of yesterday for the season. They'll be open through October 15th, approximately 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. as staff gets around to open and then close them again at night. Our Earth Day ceremony will be April 23rd in partnership with American Rental-It. That's from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. at Fox Park. Volunteers are encouraged and welcome to come help with the cleanup and also native wildflower planting, and they can register at laporteparkandrec.com. We also have 2 summer camps that are now open for registration. Art Camp, there's 2 sessions, June 10th through 20th, July 8th through 18th, and then we have now open Nature Camp as well. That'll be from July 29th through August 1st. That one registers fast, so anybody interested, well, you're going to want to get on that pretty quick. And then we will be bringing back our free summer playground program during the school vacation. So find all that again on laporteparkandrec.com. Thank you.
Thank you. Mike Frey, Streets. And Mike, let me say I apologize. People have, some individuals have no respect for themselves and dump junk out in front of the street department when the dumpster's closed.
Yeah, we cleaned up some yesterday. We're out patching, street sweeping, tree removal, and we took down some stumps and we're putting up the school banners for the baseball team this week. And just to remind everybody that at Lake and Tyler is a 4-way stop now. That went up in effect yesterday.
Where's this?
Lake and Tyler.
The triathlon is July 13th this year, and the exciting news about it is that it's grown so much in popularity that they're actually worried they're going to have to limit the participation because they just don't have enough capacity to deal with all of it. Possibly they would need more parking, and the reason is because our triathlon has been named their championship for the state of Indiana this year, and so there'll be a really high level of competition there. And so I wish I knew how many years this triathlon's been going on. It was through the Y for a while, and now through this organization. It's been several years. They use the same route, and they always have a really successful day and a lot of volunteers, so.
44th.
44th, there you go.
Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
I will second that, and I would also like to say, we do not want to limit the participants, so if people need to work with Mr. Schreiber from the Park Department on parking to make sure we have enough excess. We also will have a trail in between a couple of the parking lots. So thank you, Mark, for making sure everybody can enjoy a nice triathlon.
Sorry, Mark, I didn't mean to do that to you.
And we'll shuttle in.
Thank you very much.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion passes. Mr. Otis is not here. NERC agreement, if you will see here, this is for the LaPorte County Revolving Loan Fund, and the City of Michigan City and the City of LaPorte will receive some funds that the revolving loan fund has basically gone away. So by the fall of this year, we expect to receive maybe $30,000 as a one-time commitment back to the city. And basically, that's what this fund is for. And approval would be needed to, I think, accept the agreement between NERC and the city. And hopefully, we can use it for something related to mental health, is my vision, as we prepare for a crisis center or doing something like that as well. So I do need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Kelly Burke, LLC agreement.
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
We're looking to get an agreement with Brycer Compliance Engine. It's a third-party vendor who sends out notices, collects data on the fire suppression system reports for us. They send out notices on our behalf and collects the notices and keeps it available for us. Right now, we don't have the resources to do that ourselves.
Motion to approve.
So moved.
Second, discussion. So what will this do, Kelly? I'm not sure I understand fully.
Excuse me. So this company sends out notices to all the businesses who have fire suppression systems, giving them notice of 30 days, your system needs to be tested, whatever their annual testing is. Then whoever the vendor is that tests it is required to submit their findings to this company, and they store and have that information available for us so we can access it and see who's compliant, who's not compliant, when it was tested, and they send out letters on our behalf telling the companies when they're due and if they have deficiencies, what they are, and how long they have to fix them.
Is this required by the businesses to have on hand, like their, with OSHA compliances or something else?
Thank you. It is required to have this done, the testing for these systems in place. Submitting that back to the fire department is where the problem becomes, because some do it regularly, some are done by the companies to do the testing for them, and then the vast majority don't do it at all. And that's where we're looking for this, because we need some record, we need the ability to keep track of them. And it comes back to an ISO thing. You've heard me talk about a number of things with ISO. One of our high-end scores is having those records available to know what the status of each one of these suppression systems are. And we don't have that at this point in time.
And will we be billing the customers?
It's no cost to us. The compliance engine charges the companies who do the inspections. There's a $20 fee per inspection that they pass on to that company. And then they are required to upload it into this company's website.
So no cost to the city.
No cost to the city.
I do have a motion and a second. Further discussion?
Any reason we chose this company, or are they being used by other fire departments?
Yeah, they're being used by quite a few of the bigger departments, Los Angeles, Chicago, Phoenix, San Diego, that's just a few of the many.
Okay,
Right,
so we
and-
feel good about this particular company.
Yeah, they
They've
do
been
have
vetted and-
experience in Indiana now. I got an email from the Chiefs Association about 3 weeks ago asking for feedback on this company in particular, and probably 20 departments immediately replied back like that, that they are currently using them and they are very happy with
A
the.
lot of them in the Indianapolis area.
And this is a 3-year term?
3-year term, and it can renew, and anytime we want to cancel, we write a letter, and they give us all the records that they've acquired over that time.
Okay.
Yeah, Nick Otis said he looked at it, he's okay with it, but just at least preliminary, it's 3-year contract, auto-renew, but we can cancel up to, as long as notice is given 90 days ahead of the existing 3-year term.
Okay, fantastic.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you.
Thanks.
Matt Dragmeister.
We'd like to make an amendment to the utility body cam contract, which will now reflect the federal contract, and there's now no need for a match. I'm assuming everybody's aware of that verbiage. Basically, over a 5-year contract was originally proposed, where the 5th year was a $70,000. It has now been rewritten to where they pay the full amount over a 4-year term and no need for that 70,000.
Oh,
I'm sure
this is
that won't be,
good day.
I'm sure that
No
won't be a
cost for
problem.
this, getting rid of this cost.
I believe-
Matt, you can smile over that. That's
Yeah,
a good thing.
Yeah,
I
no
believe we have to
kidding.
pay the whole contract up front to save on that 5th year, which, I mean, it saves us $70,000, so the $350-ish thousand. And then I believe the repayment, I've been working with Caitlin Classic on this, I believe the repayment is pretty quick too to the city, so, I don't see a reason we would not do this.
Banner day.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
Along with that, I'm sorry, there's an invoice in there, so we would just like permission to pay that invoice. Now that we've amended the contract, we want to pay that actual $350, whatever, $1,000, I think it was right on top, $354,978.50 for the utility invoice.
Make a
Motion,
motion to approve.
second, discussion. Just to confirm, that'll be with their funds, the grant funds,
We will pay it, and
reimbursed.
then we'll be reimbursed, yes.
the grant funds at 100%. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Amended client service agreement, that's that. Resignation and permission to hire.
Officer J.T. Martin submitted a letter of resignation. He was officer with us for just under 3 years and has brought a lot of camaraderie and uplift and energy to the department, and he's gonna be a great asset to lose. There's some personal matters in his life that's making him go elsewhere for employment. He lives down in Wheatfield. So yeah, it's a loss, but I'm looking to ask that you accept his letter of resignation and permission to hire.
Motion to
Replacement.
approve.
So moved.
Second, discussion. I appreciated his energy and his positive influence. Will be missed, but we certainly understand. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Beth West, Public Transportation Agency Safety Plan.
No pressure, but don't ask us to spend money.
No money. I just need signatures. This is an ongoing live document. It needs to be updated every year. This year, actually, we were updating it because on one of these pages, on page 1, actually, the name of the chief safety officer and the frontline representative needed to be changed because of Frank Morrow retiring and Mike Carriger going on to the Parks Department. We had to replace those 2 positions.
Motion to approve.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
So I just need signatures on page 2 from everybody, so then, because I have to then turn this into NERC and the state and the feds and everybody.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Thank you,
you.
Beth. Jerry Jackson.
Got a wastewater permit, hauled wastewater permit. This is a new customer. It's Midwest Portables out of Crown Point. They'd be primarily hauling porta potty waste. They have business over this way. I thought Crown Point was a long way to haul wastewater, but they've got business over this way. I'd recommend approval of the hauled wastewater permit.
Make a motion to approve.
Second, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes.
Thank
And
you.
then we do have one other item that it looks like you're supportive of regarding backyard.
Yeah, the sewer in the backyard. I didn't know if I'd sent that kind of late, didn't know if you had a chance to look at it, but
Could you give us just a brief overview of what happened and your recommendation, which I think is to share in the cost with the homeowner?
we've got a sewer that runs, this was on Evergreen. It was installed in the back of the houses. It serves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 houses. This wouldn't be, it's a small diameter, 6-inch sewer, all on private property, actually runs under a pool. It's not how you do installation of sewer nowadays. Very difficult to maintain, and we run into a situation where the homeowner says, well, the sewer's plugged 3 houses away from me, how can that be my responsibility? And I commiserate with that position. We had a blockage in this system, and one of the homeowners installed a clean out and has asked for us to share some of that cost. We can use it to maintain pipe that's out of their yard further down the system. So it
But the
has value to us.
developer in the 70s was the one that chose
For sure.
to install this, not
For
the
sure, the
city.
developer did the poor job. And we've investigated some ways to fix it, and I have some ideas and still trying to figure out the right way to fix it. In the meanwhile, this cleanout would have some value to the city. So I recommended paying like half the cost of installation because it would have value to the homeowner too.
Motion to approve.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
No, I understand both sides.
Yeah,
There's no fault.
no, they bought the
that
houses.
For anybody that's in
Except for
existence
the
any
developer.
longer.
Except the
who
developer,
Might
yep.
not still be around,
All
right?
right, thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Nick Minnick.
I have a professional service agreement with Facet Architecture. This is for the design of a restroom structure that'll go at the mountain bike trailhead. We've looked at doing a prefabricated structure, but with the additional well field work and needing some storage space, it seemed like we needed something a little bit more custom than that. And this is coming out of a Healthcare Foundation grant, so I'm not asking for any city dollars. This is all grant dollars. So I wanted to, I don't want to be the first one to ask.
Geez, I'm the one who spent money, all right.
Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second, so discussion. So this would be a indoor restroom at,
We prefer indoor restrooms, yes.
yeah, I like it. An actual, similar to,
Yeah, so one of the issues we had was, for kind of safety and security, our restrooms and parks need to be built a certain way. A lot of the prefab structures aren't built that way. In order to get kind of similar to what you see in our other parks, we needed to go this direction. So it'll look a lot like restrooms in our parks as they exist now. This will probably have a little bit of extra space for storage for the mountain bike club potentially, but then also some space where if there's needs for controls or anything related to the well field, that'll be there too. Probably have the generator and an enclosure adjacent to it as well.
what do you expect the cost roughly to come in to build this?
We have a budget. I don't usually like to share those publicly.
Gotcha.
But we do have a budget.
Okay. I just was curious as we look, I know downtown is in need of, we hear a lot, and if we could get the downtown businesses to maintain
Yeah.
a bathroom down there, maybe.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, I think this, what we kind of talked to them about was, we have kind of an existing prototype within our parks, but maybe re-looking at that, so that would be something, we can maybe see if this could be replicated other places.
Will these be ADA compliant then
Yes.
too? Great.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Mary Ann Richards, sidewalks, exciting. I love this time when we can, especially in lower income areas, address the sidewalk deficiencies and improvements.
Good morning. I'd like to take this opportunity to recommend awarding a contract for sidewalk replacement in Census Tract 432 to Reith Riley in the amount of $607,441, $607,441.
Now, we did, just as a reminder, we did open bids publicly.
Bids were open 2 weeks ago. They came in, one of them came in over $1 million, one of them came in, I want to say around, Reith Riley's came in under that.
It's 823, 832.
Okay. I reduced the work scope, so we're not going to be able to do as much. Consulted with Nick Minnick on the changes, and he approved the methodology and the locations. One of the things we're going to do is keep the Michigan Avenue sidewalks in the work scope due to the Indiana Avenue reconstruction, and we've got some ADA concerns with mobility on those sidewalks since Indiana Avenue will not be available. Michigan Ave, we're doing from Maple down to Osborne, because that area is included in the census tract.
What
So,
else will be done?
pardon?
What other areas will be done?
Clay Street, portion of Clay Street, from the 800 to the 1,000 block. And then over on the Lincoln School side of Clay Street, there are some sidewalks that need replaced, as well as handicap ramps upgraded. They don't meet current standards. Maple Avenue, from 500 block of Maple to the 800 block of Maple. Michigan, from the 900 block down to the 1100 block, which is Osborne. There's one section of Harrison Street. Walker Street from the 300 block to the 700 block. The Noble Street, the 400 block to the 700 block. And then there's a couple of panels on Monroe Street.
And this will begin, you expect?
Well, whenever I can get the bonds in from Reith Riley and everything signed, sealed, and delivered.
So within a month.
I would say within a month, right.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Did we make a motion? I don't remember. I'll make a
Motion.
motion to approve.
Second, discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Great job, Mary Ann.
Thank
Excited
you.
to see that work done. Unfinished business. It was great to see last night, Griffin Nate. We talk about things not being done in Washington DC, and Griffin Nate, who is the policy person for Congressman Rudy Yakum, we presented him with the Relentless t-shirt because he helped a veteran that had a collapsed lung 12 hours after landing in Costa Rica, and it was very difficult to try and get this individual back, and I watched Griffin work from a Thursday to a Monday, 24/7, and he just would not take no for an answer to be able to have this individual, Victor Mansouri, get a flight back to Beacon to have his collapsed lung be addressed. And everybody talks about the negative. This is a positive story that Griffin definitely went above and beyond to make sure a veteran who protected our freedom, we turned around and helped him through to make sure he could have his situation addressed. So it was a neat story. With that, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We are adjourned. Have a great day.